how I integrated technologies of software, hardware, online into my film city's finest. So I just wanted to start off by saying, in my project, I integrated a ring of technology, which was supposed to help the production of the quality production, the overall efficiency of my work. Um, I want to say the main software platforms I used was Color IBS Paint, which to help out the color in the scene, which in the beginning was like a grayish thing. Editing, I use CapCut and Adobe because I can implement cuts and leave dialogue where it needs to be. And the sound effects I found from Pixabay and YouTube from the follies and the creaking door, the doorbell. So Premiere Pro or CapCut to construct my final project because these tools allow me to organize my footage and edit it in a way that create a clear narrative structure. Like for example, I use cuts and transitions to control pacing, which is really important in maintaining audience engagement. But I also want to mention that I adjusted things like my brightness, my contrast, and color to make my shots look more professional, like more consistent. In addition, I layered sound, including dialogue and background audio, which added to that sense of like eeriness and mystery, you know? Um In addition, I also layer my sound, including the dialogue and background audio, because those are normal conventions of a crime movie, along with the comedy aspect with the dialogue. But it built atmosphere and made the final project feel more immersive. So without this software, my project would have felt more basic and unpolished, and it just overall impact it just makes the product look more professional. The hardware I use was tripods and the cinematic feature on iPhone, which were the two main things. Um, the camera was essential in achieving clear visuals because we don't have a real camera. So them having a cinematic feature on iPhone really came in as help for us. Um, the tripod, it helps stabilize my shots and avoid shaky footage, which is, often associated with amateur production. One of the problems we had at first was that our project looked amateur and it looked silly. So we had to fix that and redo it. Even though I didn't use highly advanced equipment, I was still able to apply key media productions and techniques with like framing and composition to make my shots look more visually appealing. So that shows that even simple hardware with like tripod and an iPhone can make stuff look more professional and effective with the attention of understanding of media language. But the real impact was it improved visual quality, it reduced shakiness, and it made shots look more cinematic. Finally, the platforms I used was the movie inspiration is Naked Gun, Phoenician Scheme, and Cruella as their genre. They were the main genre of what we did, like the crime comedy part. It was the movie was distributed on YouTube, and it just platforms like YouTube were so useful for researching and for existing media texts and understanding conventions of the genre I was working in. So that helped me make more informed creative decisions. I also use tools like Google Drive or similar platforms to store and organize my files, making the workflow more efficient, accessible, so I don't have to be all around the place in my camera roll looking for it. And in terms of distribution, online platforms allowed me to share my final project with the audience and for submission. And so it's a key part of modern media production. But this also just reflects how real media texts are distributed digitally in today's industry, like with Netflix and YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, all those. So overall, the impact was it just helped me follow media conventions and it helped me reach the audience. Overall, by combining the software and the hardware and online technologies, I was able to create a project that was not only more professional in appearance, but also more effective in engaging the audience. Each type of technology played a different role, but together they support the entire production process from planning and filming to distribution. So I'm just so grateful to learn from media, and I'm that's my fourth question. Thank you for your time.